my geeky friends. This is Geeky Fangirl 64.
Hello, my children. This is Shemana, otherwise known as Savannah Absence. And this is part 2 of the LARP videos.
LARP!
We're still not sure if there's going to be a part 3, because we're totally, not scripting
We're
this.
running
This
a
is
little
just
low on time anyway.
Yeah. It's 9:50. So probably after this video is uploaded, you'll have to leave.
Yeah.
And then I get to do homework.
Don't cry. It's a part of life. Or part of adolescence in America.
It's a part of life.
It's a part of life in America.
Okay. So, where did we leave off last video?
Tips and tricks.
Okay, I have a few, quite a few. So, if you're new, and if you're newer than I am, and I know what it is, and I've had some experience wearing cloaks out in public, as we did yesterday. We
went to IKEA.
IKEA. If you're new, try wearing some. Well, you want to make your character first.
Yeah.
So, what I do is I draft my character backwards. I make my character who I want to be, and for each quirk, I make up a story about why I have that quirk. So,
I do the same thing.
Yeah. So if I'm so let's say you want to play a hyper character.
Explain why they're hyper.
Yeah, so just make up a story, they were trapped in a room closet their whole life, and they're only now getting to stretch their legs, so they have to make up for lost time.
And please do not take that example, just kind of expand on it.
Yeah, if you do use that example, which you're allowed expand. Don't just have that and then
as
no further explanation.
Yeah.
And
explain why they were in their closet.
Yeah.
Forever.
Explain
how they got out.
Just be really thorough in your story.
Write a prompt about it.
Yeah.
Write a fan fiction about it, or just write something about it to have an idea of what your character is. So when you're actually in a LARP situation, you know what situations you can actually deal with.
So if you're in game and somebody asks you what your favorite fish is, you have to answer that. And what your character's favorite fish would be. It might not be
why.
Yeah, and it might not be your favorite fish, but that's the beauty of LARP, is you can be whoever you want to be without worrying about anything, because everybody else is there to have fun and experience the same thing. So that's why I really want to get into LARPing.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I want to make my monster Sona. Yeah, I want to create a story for her.
I have a couple of ideas for characters in Medieval. One's a scholar.
I need to create a tail and some ears, different colors, and then...
I have a tail.
No, I mean a dragon tail.
Oh. I have a lot of fabric, actually.
I know, but I need to figure out how to actually... the mechanics of it.
Well, another idea for your costume.
Make it simple, make it complicated.
Once you have your story, and once you have who you want to be,
draw your plan for what your character looks like. Well, first I draw out my character because I am a visual artist.
And if you're like me, and you can't really draw clothing, I can draw nature. I can draw nature. And I did an armor drawing, but it's kind of bad because it's disproportionate.
Screw anatomy!
And if you're like me, then you can do a couple of things. You could start a Pinterest board, an aesthetic board that you have bits and pieces that you might want to include, and just inspiration. put, like, if it's medieval, then put it, and if, so let's say it's medieval and you want to be a bard, then look up bard outfits, and then put that on there, and then you can look up just bright outfits, because bards are fighter performers, so they wear bright colors because they crave attention.
And just stuff like that. Just find what your character is based off of. If it's based off of multiple things, just find those things and kind of find a way to put them together.
Yeah, what you can also do is
get someone to do a commission for you.
Yeah, or you can. What I'm going to do is make a basis of your outfit out of what you already have and take a picture of it. And then what you can do is you could Photoshop what you want to add onto it.
I need to make clothes. I need to make a griffin claw glove.
Okay.
Because one of the arms of my character is a griffin.
Mm.
And then a dragon claw. Well, a green dragon. And then my tail is a red dragon with a red thing with a kind of a purple tuff on it. And I need to figure out how to get this right color onto a wig or something.
Onto what?
A wig. And I need to find a long enough wig too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about my character, not yours.
But when you're making your outfit, try to stick to 3 colors that go well with each other or contrast well.
Or if you just want to be completely random, just be completely random.
Right, if your character is completely random, then do that.
Mine is freak of nature, because it's a monster. Because it's a monster, I guess.
I have a couple of different ones. Like, one's a scholar, so they're going to wear a lot of more neutral, toned down colors.
Natural colors?
Yeah, natural colors. So, and you want to have a lot of details. So, like, if you were to isolate one section, like your hand, say, you want to have a lot of cool details, but you don't want it to become a clutterfunk.
You don't want it to be, where do I look first?
Yeah, you don't want to be like...
You want it to flow.
You don't want too much, but you want the right amount. And you don't want too simple.
Because then it just looks boring.
Yeah. Well, it looks like half-baked.
But sometimes simple is good. Simple, if it flows, simple is good.
If it works. Also, make sure that your costume is comfortable.
Because if you're LARPing for a day or two, you don't want to get all sick of it and never do it again because of that.
So, because you're trying to represent your character, and
if you're uncomfortable, it's just like you can't deal with it.
Yeah, and if you're trying to recorrect it all the time, then that just...
It confuses the people around.
It detracts from the experience also, because you have to deal with a costume that's not practical.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes impractical costumes are what the character is.
Yeah.
So, but if an impractical costume is what you're gonna do, make sure it has the under part of it is comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to stop LARPing because of an uncomfortable costume.
Like, that's stupid, and...
It's not stupid, it's just...
unnecessary.
Yeah, it's very unnecessary, and it's a hassle.
Yep.
Always try on your costume before you start LARPing.
Yeah, like, so if you have already signed up for an event and you're gonna go, let's say it's a couple of weeks away. What you want to do is try and wear your costume around, just your house or even out in public. Walk around in it. Make sure
it's normal enough to wear in public.
True. Or just like parts. Make sure that it fits correctly and that it actually makes sense for your character. Because you don't want to be LARPing for 2 days and then absolutely hate your character. That's also why you need to be 100% satisfied with your character
Your
after you
character's
did.
development.
And what I recommend is sending your draft to an experienced LARPer or an NPC to see if it works, and if it doesn't, then you have to rewrite it.
Or just not completely
Not
rewrite it.
well, yeah, not
Just
completely.
edit it.
Yeah, unless they say you have to completely rewrite this, then you have to.
Not always, because sometimes they just do it because they're haters.
Right, you want to find a trusted person.
Yeah, someone who does constructive criticism. Not someone who's just gonna criticize
Super
you
harsh.
just to criticize you.
Someone who's an actual experienced LARPer. Also,
Not someone who pretends to be. But that's just us. We're new. This is just our idea of what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we plan to do. So, I think that's all, right? Do we want to do a part 3 sometime later?
Probably.
Okay. Well, stay geeky, my
Wait,
friends.
I'm not done.
No, we're running low on time and I have to go anyway.
Let me think. Oh,
One last thing.
When before you go to an event, try and figure out what your character was doing right before you get signed in and you start playing.
And also, be good at improv. Or start doing something with improv. And also, when you're done with the improv part, add the stuff you did into your character's story.
Mm-hmm. So if you have the time and the resources and the desire, you can take some acting classes, some improvisational. And so another trick that you can use is for your character. So let's say
multiple personalities is a good way.
Let's say that your character. Give me like a kind of character, like. So let's say you're the hyper character again.
How about a multi-personality character? Multi-personality characters are kind of hard. Okay. I overcomplicate things, so that would actually be my character, which it is.
So let's say you're a hyper character and you feel like you're getting out of character, but you don't want to be. What you can do is a little gesture.
Situation.
Or you can do a little gesture to help you get back into character. So like if you're a hyper character, you can try tapping your foot impatiently, or bouncing from foot to foot, or kind of getting a little antsy, and that'll help you get
fidget.
Just something to help you. Something that your character does to help you get into your character, because
your character's mindset.
Yeah, or like if you're
do the quirks your character has.
If you're playing a character that's a little ditzy, then when they're talking to somebody, kind of tilt your head to the side,
or just look spacey.
When somebody's talking to you,
or just kind of look spacey.
Or kind of look spacey, and that'll that helps you get into character like a lot. It helps a lot.
Or kind of sway back and forth, because that's kind of the thing. Okay. We'll make a part 3 a little bit later. Possibly 2 weeks?
Probably, yeah. After we've sort of gotten a basis of our characters.
And the schooling done. Stay geeky, my friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Goodbye!